Hello, guys, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Pedri Gonzalez, of course, who picked up an injury yesterday. The Barca midfielder has been reportedly been out, and he'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks. So you will miss the Man United and Real Madrid clashes coming. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Pablo Gavi, as Gavi have been suspended for Barca's second leg tie against United after picking up the second yellow card. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barcelona played an entertaining end-to-end game against Manchester United at Spotify Camp Nou yesterday evening in the UEFA Europa League, with the match ending in a 2-2 draw. While the result ensures that everything is there to play for in the second leg at Old Trafford next week, Barcelona will likely have to do without several important players. Ousmane Dembele is already out injured, while Gavi will be suspended for the second leg after his yellow card in that game yesterday. Meanwhile, Sergio Busquets' involvement is not guaranteed either. On top of that, Xavi will now have to make do without one of his most crucial cogs in the form of Pedri. The 20-year-old pulled up with a thigh injury in the first half of the game at the Camp Nou and immediately asked to be taken off. The club issued an official statement confirming that the Spanish international has sustained an injury to the anterior rectus of his right thigh. While those tests will be conducted tomorrow after an initial prognosis, Ricard Tokuma of Catalonia Radio is claiming that Pedri could be out of action for 3 to 4 weeks. Adria Albert has also corroborated those claims, stating that Pedri could miss the next 4 weeks of action. The report adds that the youngster's injury is less serious than that of Dembele, but he will not play in the second leg against Manchester United next week. On top of that, Pedri's availability for the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg against Real Madrid in the first week of March is also ruled out. The injury to the midfield mainstay comes at the wrong time for Barcelona, with a series of important fixtures coming up ahead. Pedri had been in fine form leading to tonight's clash, and Xavi and the fans will be hoping that the midfielder mounts a quick recovery. Of course, Pedri's injury yesterday was a big blow for us, and also considering the fact that we have been suffering injuries to some of our key players like Ousmane Dembele, Sergio Busquets as well, and now talking about Pedri, and with very important fixtures coming up, it's going to be very complicated. And this is not the time to have such injuries, and it's really unfortunate for us that some of our key players are going down with injuries, and this is when we have to start winning to ensure that we can win some titles. And at this crucial moment of the season, losing some of these players is really worrisome for us. Pedri have been in fine form, no doubt, have always been one of the main men in that midfield. And now that we will not even see him again for close to 4 weeks, as this report is speculating, then it's going to be very tough. For whoever comes up to step up in his mantle. Pablo Torre is still there. Sergio Roberto, who is not even in good form, is one of the players that Xavi might consider to play that midfield in the absence of Pedri. Gavi will not even take part in the United clash at Old Trafford next week after picking up another yellow card. So it's going to be very difficult because we also play Real Madrid next month in the Copa del Rey and also in La Liga. So you can imagine the kind of fixtures that are coming up. Fixtures that if we lose, then come on, the season will be like really bad, because those fixtures can define your season. Against United next week, we need to go there and win so that we can ensure qualification. Because if we don't go there to win, then that's where there's a problem. Our Europa League hopes are dented, are gone. And let's hope that Barca can try to do that. If Xavi can really... That's why squad depth is very important, by the way. It's very important. As Javi, who came in last summer, was talking about insisting for the fact that Laporta and his board should really go for at least two players per position, just to prevent situations like these, you know. So let's see. I think you can talk about Frankie de Jong, Frank Casey. Um, yeah, playing about is it Sergio Roberto or Pablo Torre can step up in the mantle for the game against United. But against Cadiz, we play Cadiz on Sunday in La Liga at Spotify Camp Nou. I think Gavi, Frankie de Jong, and Frankisi will be the ones to start that game. So let's just hope that our players, Busquets, Pedri, Dembele, they should recover fast so that they can make it in time. Because the time that have been speculated for their absence is somehow really much, but we hope that they can make it quickly because we really need those players at this juncture of the season. Then on to the next story of discussion. Things continue to go from bad to worse for Barca. After seeing Pedri get taken off injured and then seeing their lead erased by United, now they have been dealt with yet another blow. Midfield mainstay Gavi will now miss the second leg UEFA Europa League playoff tie against Manchester United next week due to suspension after being booked at the Camp Nou yesterday. The 18-year-old was shown a yellow card for a rash but unnecessary foul on Fred to stop a counter from the Red Devils. The booking was Chavis and was Gavi's was Gavi's third in the European competition this season, with his two yellow cards coming from the Champions League group stages, getting carried over to the Europa League. And with the midfield prodigy now picking up three yellow cards, he will be ruled out for the second leg at the Old Trafford. Sorry. This will come as a blow for Xavi and co, especially with Pedri likely to be ruled out for close to 3 weeks after his injury in the first half, while Usman Dembele also remains unavailable. On top of that, there is no certainty if Sergio Busquets will return in time either. So I think the next game against United will be really, really complicated. Gavi will not be there. At least if we had Gavi there, we could have had some little bit of hope in the midfield. But our midfield is going to be very, very weak. How are we battling out with the likes of Casemiro, Fred? It's going to be very, very complicated. I think we need to really strengthen up. If not, I don't know. The game next week, I think United fans themselves will be seeing only the fact that one of our key players in the midfield are injured, then they'll be so happy, knowing fully well that our team will be going to Old Trafford, weekend team, not all our players fit, and that is where there should be a problem. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.